Hey guys, Ryan here, and let's see. I want to make sure that we're live. Yeah, looks like we're live. Okay, awesome. Yeah, Ryan here, and I've got S with me. We've been doing this for about a week and a half now, where we're just going live in order to help of AI, artificial intelligence, and how they can leverage artificial intelligence in their business. Today we're going to go live to all our Instagram channels and YouTube, and the goal is to eventually have a some sort of an interactive workshop. And if you have any questions, please, by all means, put your questions down below. We would definitely like to respond to any questions that you have about artificial intelligence, how you're using it, if you are, and if you want to use it, like how you're thinking about using it. My name's Ryan, as I said. I'm the owner of Accelerate Marketing. We are a digital marketing agency that's been around for about 15 years. We've helped hundreds, if not thousands, of businesses achieve at least an extra $50,000 in revenue a month from the optimization of Google local service ads and Google business profiles for the businesses. And now we are leveraging artificial intelligence in order to get even better results. And I'll give you an example of a case study that we just had today from a client that we met with that improved their top impression rate on Google local service ads from 50% to 90% in less than 3 weeks by just implementing the AI. So, and
top impression rate, clarification there. What does that mean?
So it means that the percentage of time that the business shows up as the very top business in the Google local service ad section.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying that. So, S, go ahead and introduce yourself. I know we have a limited time with you today. So,
Yep. My name is S. Lee. I'm the owner of Messages Improved, which is a platform that anybody can go online and basically create their own AI agent. I've been working in AI messaging for 8 years. We've rolled out this platform in like the last 6 months. There's been 5,000 bots created because we made the process just so easy. In 5 minutes, you can have your agent live with your personal, whatever behavior you wanted to do. And then we're also making it easier and easier to connect it to a telephone number, so you can text it, within 10 minutes. And we're bringing on voice features, and really the platform was meant to fill in a gap in the market right now, where I think the users of AI and the people who want to deploy AI don't have all the technical skills. And so we've spent a lot of time kind of making sure our platform is easy enough for anybody without any technical skills to go on and say, okay, like, let me start learning, and let me actually start learning by doing. And I think it's noteworthy, the experience that we've had, people coming on. A lot of the users do not have any technical experience, and I think there's a communication to the market there that this technology is a lot more accessible than people may think.
yeah, exactly. It is much more accessible than people think. And actually, we've even on this live video, we've even set an agent up, or a AI agent up, in less than 10 minutes. So the technology is there, and the capability is there for you as a business owner to set up one of these agents for your business in literally 10 minutes, and to get the results like I just shared at the beginning of this live video, which is this particular client of ours is a immigration attorney, and she is a solopreneur. She's got one or two backup case managers with her, and I think she's either gonna or has hired another attorney. But she really is just she's wearing a lot of hats, and so her dream is to have the AI be the intake for her, because as as an independent solopreneur, I mean, she's having to answer the phone. And then typically what we see is that they have somebody like a receptionist back them up. And if the AI plumbing is connected correctly, so there's a comment, awesome. Taylor, what's up, brother? Okay, awesome. So there's Taylor. So yeah, okay. Personalized experience. Oh, okay. So cool. So JK actually asked a question, and then hey Taylor. So awesome to see you there. I'm gonna get to your question in 1 second here. So, what she wanted to do is she wants to eventually have the AI be her first line of intake. Okay, she wants the AI to be the intake for that replaces her, so she doesn't have to wear that hat. Right now, we've set up the plumbing, so to speak, of the artificial intelligence through Go High Level or through CallRail. She's using CallRail, I believe, so that, and this can be done with Ring Central or any of the call tracking platforms, such that we set up that call tracking platform to have the humans or her, herself and a receptionist answer the phone for the first 20 seconds. And then after that, we have it transferred over to the artificial intelligence. Okay. And by doing that and by turning on the AI for message responses, and the AI is now responding in seconds, and which is giving Google what it wants. Now she's got a top impression rate in the Google search algorithm of 90%, meaning 90% of the time she's going to show up as the top impression. Whereas 3 weeks ago, before she started with the AI, nothing has changed. The only thing that's changed is that she added an AI agent to her LSA platform to answer the phone in 30 seconds or less and to respond to message leads in 30 seconds or less. And that is what got her to go from a 50% top impression rate to a 90% top impression rate. So her lead volume effectively doubled. Okay. So this is really, and it's not a lot because we're just in the very early stages. So now she has to increase her budget. So now she's seeing a 5x return on investment. So she's like, oh, I just want to scale now, you know?
Okay, that's news to me. I mean, I
Yeah.
remember a couple. Okay, so that's really interesting, and we've been looking for the data to come in, all right, validating what we suspected,
Yep.
and it's often tough for businesses to really A/B test things, right?
Yep.
And so it sounds like with her, she didn't have message leads on; it was just calls. And now that she has turned on message leads with the AI attached, she is getting that additional bump up.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes.
So this is for, the immigration attorney, one of our immigration attorneys that we have it turned on for. So this is huge, guys. If you want to, that is going to generate, because each of her cases is worth $1,500 for each case. Okay. So she now wants to triple or quadruple the amount of spend that she has. So she's got to effectively get 25 leads to get 5 cases, and 5 cases are worth like 5 to 10, basically like $7,000 to $10,000. So this is going to very easily, with just about $1,000 spend, she's going to make $7,000 to $10,000. Okay. And so now it's just a matter of, okay, scaling it. Well, with the AI, it makes it completely scalable. This is the beauty. So we've already got the system in place, the agent in place to actually scale and to take the reins, like to really take the reins and go, okay, now we don't want to just generate 25 leads a month. We want to generate 125, 150 with that same return on investment. Okay. So JK asked, can AI agents use customer data to provide a highly personalized experience during customer service transactions or interactions? Yes, absolutely. The AI, and I'll let you answer this, as well, S, is the AI, we can connect the AI to the CRM so that it can have reference to the past conversations that have happened. We do the same thing with reviews. When we're building on our platform, we're building a review platform where the AI will actually identify what service was delivered for the person and then send a review request via text with a suggested review based on the type of service that was given. So yes, it can create a highly personalized experience during the customer service interaction by looking at that customer data for sure. Anything you want to add to that, S?
Yeah. So we know some businesses do use CRM, some don't, and most of them don't use it well. So with that tagging feature that comes with a lot of CRMs, right? That information could be attached to the call. So you can imagine a message comes in from this person. It's an existing client. It's tagged, um, you know, um, warm lead, right? That information, when that request is made to the AI with the user message, can have tag warm lead, and we can instruct the AI to say, okay, with communication that's tagged warm lead, you go down this slightly different route. So that personal information is useful for making it not sound like a robot, right? When it answers the same way a human may. And so all that information could be relayed. And, you know, and maybe this is answering a question um, that you're not really asking. Um, but with the CRM, like Ryan said, um, you have that potential to attach all of that history to it, right? And um, and if you think about, like, one of the challenges that we have with a lot of businesses is we go, okay, well, you say you know what that first call, like that first call, they'll always say it's 80% of it is the same questions. I find myself saying the exact same thing, right? And we go, look, if you have 10 of those transcripts, give me all 10 of those, and we will prompt the bot to say, or the agent, to read those 10 and respond similarly to the behavior that you saw in the data. So you can see this as being this self kind of perpetuating engine that allows you to constantly feed in more and more data from the bot. When if it's a good conversation, great. Make sure that that goes back in. If it's a bad conversation, don't put those in. And that's one way to train your bot over time.
So you're basically giving it feeding it back the information when it's actually a great interaction, so that it relearns that, and so that you're reinforcing it.
Yep. And I would say, like, this is kind of like the art and prompt engineering, and they say,
Hmm.
you know that is more an art than a science, right? So
Hmm.
imagine you did that with the person, but you didn't give it instructions, right? And you just said you are a customer service bot, and then you attached 10 transcripts, right? Well, did you tell it that it should mimic the behavior in those transcripts? Did you tell it that it shouldn't mimic that behavior? It doesn't really have that context. So part of the art of prompting is to, and I say the best prompt engineers going forward will be parents, because parents know I can't just say something, right? I have to explain it to them. I have to go, okay, well, this is how you should behave, right? And so, I think prompt engineering is very much an art, and in a way, it's almost like the best writers in the world will end up being the best writers and the best teachers, because their instruction is very clear, and the AI is capable of synthesizing all of that.
Yeah, the more clear the instructions are, the better the prompt's going to be over time. The faster it's going to learn. So it's just like, I would also say, like, a really good project manager, because they're giving out instructions a lot, is really also going to be somebody that's going to be good at training an agent 100%. And like, so Taylor, like, we're working with Taylor with some of his clients, and it's great because he's actually sending us some clients that can very much use this technology. I mean, this technology, um, specifically with the AI, can actually do a lot for the type of clients that he's actually sent us over. There's a gutter client. There's another client that does there's awnings, etc. Um, I have to manage a new company with this with some investment. I want to start up with these systems in place, allocate budget, call messaging AI inbound caller as part of a call, handling whatever else. Yeah. Yeah. So I think what Taylor's saying, I have to manage a new company with some investment. I want to start up with these systems in place. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, the best way to do this is to start with these systems in place with the company. And I was actually just talking to another digital marketing agency owner, and he was actually saying, "Look, it'd be great to actually buy one of these companies and implement all the strategies that we know, like buy an actual, instead of like trying to
Yeah.
like bend people's arms and like get them in a headlock and say, hey, will you do this, please? Like just get more reviews. Like use our system. Like it's like we say we can bring a horse to water, but we can't get them to drink. Well, if we know all these systems and we implement them ourselves, like imagine what we could do, like with all of these strategies that we actually implement. How would you recommend I do that? So yeah, you want to respond to that, S, before you have to? I know you have
Yeah,
to go.
I mean, I guess to get clarity, you have to manage a new company. Is that manage expectations or manage kind of, here's a full service. This is what I recommend that you do, and I think it is a little tougher to almost sell something where you're not sure on what that product is, and because of it can be customized so many different ways. So Taylor, you're saying literally manage the company.
Yeah, what he's saying is like what I said. I think he's saying like buy the company and literally like own the
Yeah.
company, and then yeah,
Okay.
like implement all the strategies that we're trying to get our clients to implement, and
Yeah.
then just reap all the benefits, and yeah.
Yeah, and that may be a fantastic entry, because if you buy a book of business, right, and you say, "Hey, look how it was run before," like there's already a client list, um, and you could have AI be automating a lot of those things. And I would say probably pick a couple of clients to begin with, right? Have that conversation with them, and
Yep.
say, "Okay, what are your pain points? Like,
Yep.
what would you like to improve?" And it really is just a conversation. We're used to having client calls where I just say yes to everything, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, yes, because we have a fully customizable kitchen. Whatever food that you want, it can be done, right? But just
Yeah.
think about that first dish. What would you like? What would satiate
Yeah.
your appetite? And the narrower it is, the better. And the reason I thought about manage when you said that, Taylor, was because we do a lot of managing expectations, right? Because when people come in and they go, "Whoa, AI could do this. I know ChatGPT does this. Why doesn't it do this?" And it's kind of tough without, it's kind of like going to a restaurant and saying like, "Well, just give me a dish," right? We're like, we don't know what your preferences are, right? It's
Yeah.
so much easier if you can come in, look at a menu of things that you would like that we've done already and say, "Can you replicate this?" And I think that does force people to kind of think about exactly what the best initial use case is. And the tighter those bounds are, the
Yeah.
more like, the behavior could be tuned to that. And you're gonna, it's gonna grow beyond that, but then also be willing to say, "Hey, what we initially started with wasn't great. Now I want to expand that."
Yeah, and we did that with this immigration attorney, and that's the reason why we got such great outcomes, is because we were very, very explicit in terms of what we said is the deliverables, which is simply answering the phone, sending the notification to the client of the AI either answering the phone or having a message engagement, whatever, and then sending the transcription, and then basically just assessing the client, like jotting down the answers to the questions so that and then answering or asking the questions that the client wants us to ask in order to assess or potentially qualify the client.
Yeah.
So that's really it. So that's, if you guys have any questions, you can text the number 619-304-5155. He says, "I have an AI first mindset. I have free reign to experiment." Okay, awesome. This is who we want to work with. So yeah.
But
So
and
yeah,
I gotta jump maybe if um
I got to go too. So so if you guys want to, bring a client on one of these calls, we're going to actually drop a link here in the future in the comments so that you can actually you can join in, and we can even like make one of your clients live and actually like create an agent on the next call. So we're going to have workshops as well. So anyway, thanks, S. We'll talk later.
thanks, Ryan. Talk later.
All right.
Thanks for
Bye.
the question, guys.
Yep.